Hi, my name is Mark Harrison, and I'm going to be demonstrating Socrative. Socrative is a web-based application that allows you to create quizzes and administer them online. The quizzes are administered in rooms. If you get the free version, you get one room that can have up to 50 students. The paid version allows you to have up to 20 rooms in which there can be 50 students per room. Only one activity can occur in a room at a time. So for the free version, you're basically running a quiz during your class period. If you get the paid version, you can run a quiz overnight. I've already created a couple of quizzes, so let's go ahead and launch one. I'll launch press the launch button and then go to quiz. Yes, I want to stop the current activity, and I want to launch the complex number quiz. I have a couple of options. For the quiz, there's instant feedback where the students know immediately if their answer was right or wrong. They can't go back and forth though. There's open navigation. Students can select an answer to a question, move on, move back, and only at the end when they submit is the quiz finalized. And then there's teacher paced. In teacher paced, the entire class works on the same question at the same time, and the class moves on as a group when the teacher decides. Within these, you can have shuffle questions, shuffle answers, things like that. I'll launch an instant feedback quiz. When you launch the quiz, notice that there are no students in the roster. I'm going to sign on as a student. I'll use my own name, and I'm going to go ahead and take the quiz. But in the interest of time, I'm not going to bore you with my taking the quiz. So I've managed to log on both as a student and as a teacher at the same time. Here's the quiz as it appears to the student. Here's the first question. Once I make the response, I'm done. I can't edit it. So I'll submit that answer. I got that answer right. Let's look at what the teacher page looks like now. Here's my name. It shows that I've answered one question and that I've answered it correctly. It gives the correct answer choice. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of this quiz, and then we'll look at the results. I've finished taking the quiz as the student. This is the page that the student sees when they've finished. It says they've completed the current activity and they're waiting for the next activity to begin. The teacher page has full class results. Now, I was the only student in this class, but this would have a full class roster, and you'd have an amazing visual representation of which students the class got right and which the class got wrong. You'd be able to use that data formatively to realign your instruction. Students can take the results of this, and if you've crafted the quiz correctly, they'll know which concepts they know and which they need to work on. There are some other types of activities you can do. You can do a space race. I don't like the space race. You either form your students up into teams and they try to answer the questions faster than other teams, or you do individuals and they try to answer questions faster than the other individuals. I think that causes stress. I haven't used the exit ticket either. You can do a quick question. Now for the quick questions, you don't enter the question into the quiz. Instead, you write a question on the board or project it on the whiteboard or on your screen, and the students use that question to make their multiple choice or true-false. That's good for really quick answers to, I think, knowledge level questions. It's pretty easy to create and edit a quiz. So let's add a quiz, and we'll just call it Untitled Quiz. You have choices of multiple choice. You can enter a question. How many pots in a dozen? And then you enter your answer choices. That's very straightforward. You have to, of course, check one of them as being correct. We'll say 12 is a dozen. A really nice feature is that you can add pictures. You can add bitmaps, or you can add JPEGs, I believe, to the question. So maybe I'll add this image. And that's a picture of a fan belt. And then maybe I'd ask a question about what's the component that's shown. But you get a nice visual representation there. The true beauty of Socrative is the formative feedback it gives you. It will give you this report in real time. You can save the reports and it will email reports or save to your Google Drive. You can get PDF files of individual student work. You can get full class. And this visual representation is really stunning if you have a full class. You see exactly where you need to reteach and what the students have learned. I've used this program almost exclusively for non-graded work, but you can use it for graded work as well. It's excellent at record keeping. This application is easy to learn to use. A novice user could create a quiz in a planning mod, maybe a half hour, not much more than that. I used the free version effectively for several years before I upgraded to the paid version. Then, for some reason, I almost immediately stopped using it. But it is useful. Socrative is a useful web-based application that delivers quizzes online and provides excellent usable formative data in real time. Students usually find it engaging if you don't overuse it, and I found it robust and flexible enough to use with a variety of basic and advanced classes.